might be best if you lay down to maybe sit up for this one. Now you can do this sitting or standing, it doesn't really matter. But this is one of the quickest way to shift your thinking and feeling by way of just using your behavior. So your behavior is your physiology, your body language, your posture, because we're all experts, right, at reading other people's body language. We're all experts at knowing when somebody's in a bad mood or when something's wrong. But how often do we actually take a look at our own body language? How often do we actually look at our own physiology and notice how we're sitting, notice how we're standing? Because actually it plays a massive role into what thoughts we're thinking and what feelings we're having based on the intensity levels. So when we think about external behavior, about that posture, the gestures, eye movements, things like that, if we think about somebody who is in a depressed state, how you would see them, how we would look upon them, we would see them, head down, shoulders slumped forward, eyes would be looking down. And it's what's typically known as like the victim posture. And if you think about moments when you're in a bit of a sad, feeling sorry for yourself kind of state, what kind of posture do you have? For the majority of people, it's that slumped down, head down, eyes down. So the thought matches the behavior, the feeling matches the behavior, and the feeling matches the thought, right? Because they're all interlinked. It's very difficult for somebody to feel wonderful and marvelous in this position. So just adopt that position now. If you have your chin down, have your eyes looking down, have your shoulders slumped forward, so that you adopt that victim posture. And you can probably feel already how your breathing is restricted by just from being in this position. And if you just let out like a little sigh, it actually makes you feel pretty crappy very quickly. And I just want you to notice what that's like for you. Now, if you just sit yourselves back up, because this time we're going to go in and we're going to do it a little bit different. I want you to follow my instructions from this point forward and just think about the things that I ask you to think about and notice what you can notice. And at the end of this, I'll ask you to share what it was like for you. So you can unmute your mics. You can share what it was like, what you noticed, just so that you get a sense of how important our physiology is and how much of an impact it can actually have on your thoughts and your feelings. So if you go back into that victim stance, if you've got your legs uncrossed, just uncross them and have your shoulders sunk down and have your eyes looking down so that you're looking down towards your thighs or like the hips, and have your chin down. And just let your back kind of like bend, so like you've got terrible posture. That's it, great. And in this position now, keeping those eyes down, I just want you to think of something really sad, only for a moment, but think of something really sad and just notice what that's like. Now, staying in this same position, I want you to try and think of something really happy, keeping those eyes down. Think of something that would normally have you excited and ecstatic, just something really positive. Just try and think of that now and just notice what that's like, keeping those eyes down. And just notice that, and then sit up, have your shoulders back, okay? And this time we're going to adopt a new position, which is back nice and straight, chest out, shoulders back. And we're going to have our chin up, and you're going to have your eyes looking up as high as you can, as high as it's comfortable for you. And take a nice deep breath in and fill the lungs up, so you're kind of breathing purposefully. And in this position now, keeping those eyes up as high as you can, chest out, shoulders back, I want you to try and think of that same sad thing, keeping those eyes up, and just notice what it's like now in this position. That's right. And now staying in that position, keeping those eyes up, just think of that really happy thing, that thing that would normally have you buzzing or ecstatic, just whatever it is, that really happy thing. Think of that now and just notice what that's like in this position. That's right. Perfect. Good. And then just relax.